Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
All right, make it all about yourself. Welcome
back to Undercovers. We are under the covers and we're ready to yap.
I want to go to sleep, if I'm honest.
Yeah, me and Dom. I'm away with the furries. I had a very social weekend, didn't I?
Yeah.
What is this stain on my bed?
I don't know. What have you been up to?
I'm worried the cat pissed on it or something.
Potentially.
It wasn't my wrongdoings. But yeah, today we are going to talk about how to stop caring what other people think.
Yeah, and I like that because I used to really care about what other people thought when I was younger. And I don't know whether that's something that just happened as I got older or whether I actually worked on it and I thought, fuck this. But I used to be so worried about what other people thought of me.
And when you talk about other people, who's other people?
Probably more friends. It always stems down to the ones because like I don't care what a randomer thinks of me, like it's those that are close to you, you're scared of their judgment, right? But now I think, do you know what the biggest thing for me was? Speaking on social media.
100%.
That was the biggest thing. I'm like, oh my god, what people can think. I used to record myself like 20 million times. Now if I go I carry on.
Yeah no, I'm the exact same. And it's so funny because now if anybody is like looking to start social media, looking to start posting, I'm like, just do it. And I will always tell them to do it, and they're like, oh, but I'm just worried about what people in my town think. I'm like, are they gonna pay you? No, so you're not doing it for them. Do you know what I mean? But I was in that mindset for so long, and you're so right. It was like the people from my town, whether they were friends or not, like people you knew from school and stuff like that. I was like, why do I actually care what these people think? And like with your friends, if you're worried about your friend, like we can all have banter. Do you know what I mean? Like Dawn will post something, I'll slag her off for it, and that's that.
Literally, like it is what it is. But
it is like I'm not paying her bill. She's not doing it for me.
And she can slag me off all she wants because at the end of the day, she's doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So you can't say anything.
But do you think your perception of that has changed because you have more friends now that are in that space as well?
Yeah, potentially 100%. But I did used to get that. I don't know, because get your words out, Don, for God's sake.
Spit it out.
Oh no, because like even when I started in this industry, right, and people were above me, been in it much longer, they're still in the same industry, and I still used to be worried about what they thought. But now I'm just literally like, you think what you want, like I'm doing well, my business is doing well, like it is what it is.
But that's it, like, and obviously I feel like for me, if it wasn't for my business, I would have never done it. Do you know what I mean? Like I had to push that pressure. So I sort of had to do it. And I always say, like, as much as I show up on social media, I absolutely hate it. Like, if I wasn't in my career path, I wouldn't be on it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, from that perspective, I think like, especially growing up, you were always, and like essentially starting your business as well, right? Because that itself is scary because you're gonna, like, you're always thinking what other people are thinking and stuff like that. But being an influencer is cringy until you influence, right?
Yeah.
So it's cringy until it works.
Yeah.
And like I always see like reels on this and stuff like that because like people look at somebody and that has like 200 followers and they start filming, I don't know, their days in the life or just trying to put themselves out there, and all you hear people saying is, who the fuck do they think they are?
They've got
until it works.
They only have 200 followers.
Yeah.
We all had 200 followers at one stage. Exactly. Like I had 8,000 followers, I remember, when I started coaching, right? But that was a lot. Yeah. Like I built my profile up from competing, from bodybuilding. Like I built it up back then, and people used to say to me like, well, why are you posting all this, for what? And I used to post it for me to document my journey. But then obviously as I got into bodybuilding, like it was my thing. That's, people used to know me as Dominica_Miss Universe. That used to be my name before Defined by Dom, and that's what people knew me as.
Yeah.
And then I changed my names, and it was like, whoa, what's going on? And then you just grow your profile. But all these people that, have got 200 followers, 400, 1,000, they're eventually going to grow because they're being consistent. We all start somewhere.
100%.
Look at my sister.
Yeah, literally.
My 14-year-old sister's got 1,000 followers on Instagram, and she just started off with a little...
posting recipes.
Yeah, literally. And she's grown. And by the time she's probably 18, that's going to blow up.
Oh, 100%, absolutely. And yeah, like, even with social media side of things aside, like, do you think like certain decisions you make, you almost double think of what other people are going to think of you doing it.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like anything. Genuinely anything. Picking the colour of my walls, like. Who's going to come see my walls and start judging my interior designing of my house?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Why do we do that? Like,
as humans, it's crazy. Or like even relationships, right? If you get into a relationship with someone, somebody's always going to judge you. Somebody's always going to have the 10 pence to put in.
Yeah, so don't get yourself an ugly man's.
It's not about being ugly. They could be ugly from the inside, honey.
Yeah, but those ones are good at keeping it private, so nobody else will.
But even friends, like new friendships that you make, like people are going to have opinions because they might have had bad experiences with them.
Yeah, people love to judge people, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, you can judge, but also stay in your lane and mind your business. Like, unless it directly impacts you, it's none of your business. So me posting, like me recording myself getting out of bed and pretending to wake up is my business. Do you know what I mean?
I want to showcase you how I get out of bed.
Exactly.
But that's what makes social media, that's what makes content, like, we all
interesting.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes you watch it, right?
Yeah.
And like, as much as people love to hate on it and hate on influencers and what they're doing, this is how people are growing their businesses. This is how people are making their money. And like, it's little fucking Karens that would never have the balls to do that, because that's all it comes down to, right? If you're getting triggered by what somebody else is doing, it's because you have that itch, but you just don't have the confidence to go and get it. So you're going to envy what other people are doing and call them whatever that you want to call them and put them down. But really, that's just because you know they're doing something you can't.
But that, you know what, I can relate to that with my nursing job. When I was nursing, I was PTing on the side, right? Because I wanted to get out of nursing. And oh my God, they made it hell for me.
Yeah.
Like at work, because I was doing this alongside. I'm like, okay, let me do that. They're like, yeah, but you're going to end up leaving. And so what if I do?
Yeah, I
have the balls to leave and do something with my life and start up my own business. It was same with my aesthetics when I opened that up. It was just Karens. It was just old, miserable Karens sat there who had been a bonnet about me because I was actually moving on with life and not staying in the miserable unit that they've been on for the last 40 years.
Yeah. That's it. People like that know that they're stuck in that situation. It's like, I used to work in a meat factory, right, from when I was like 15, 16, something like that, right through to I was 19. Obviously, I was doing it part-time.
Is your earlobe okay?
No, I actually think I have scabies, like.
Well, if you've got scabies, that means I've got them, to get the fuck off my sofa.
I don't even know what scabies are.
No, scabies are...
Like, I have dry skin
everywhere,
Don't
say that on social media that you've got scabies, mate. That's disgusting.
What is it?
Scabies is like... It's like a little creepy crawlies on your skin that are literally... They are so small
like
you don't see them.
Oh, like bed bugs, what you have. So you definitely pass it on.
I don't have bed bugs.
She says that on every night. She's like, I couldn't sleep last night. Something was crawling.
Something was crawling on me. I just get this thing in my head. Yeah, don't say you've got scabies. We do not have scabies, guys, okay?
Just to clarify. But anyway, what was I talking about? Why are you distracting? Like, let me touch something.
It was really distracting me that you kept playing with your ear like this, just constantly like flipping it up and down and shit and molesting it. Leave your ear alone, man.
Oh, I have no way. Oh yeah, so I used to work in a meat factory, and I think basically when I decided not to go to uni, I done that full time for like 9 months whilst I was doing my PT course. It was like an overlap anyway, and then I was PTing and doing that in between. And it was women in there that are in their like 40s, 50s, 60s. They're like, well, that's you set for life now. Like, this is you stuck. You chose this. Like, why would you want to be doing anything else? And all this here. And all of them are so miserable. And I was like, you cunts are my motivation to get the fuck out of here. Like,
why
honestly,
would you want to do anything else than work in a meat factory?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather
stuff chickens' asses with stuffing.
No wonder you can't cut a chicken, mate. No wonder you put off meat and touching meat, because
I had a proper like weird thing with meat for ages. Like I was a vegan at one stage that didn't eat salads, so I used to just eat shite. I could not do that. Yeah, no, disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Don't get me wrong, like if that's the job you want to go, like it just pisses me off when unmotivated people hate unmotivated people.
Because
do you know what
they
I mean?
Don't want to do anything
like
about their life.
They've settled, they've just selected this is the way they're going to live their life. And I understand, for me it's a lot easier to get up and go. They have families to look after and stuff like that. However, on that note, you can turn your life around at any point. You don't have to be cold turkey with it and leave your job and that's it. But like I was doing basically 3 jobs at once, and
I know so many people, families, my friends who have kids, who have lived in the UK, who have moved here, for example, they've done a 180 and turn their life around, right? Like you can still do it with a family. You just need to have the motivation, get up and drive to go and actually do it. And if you are listening to this and you're getting triggered,
that's because you're not doing it.
Sorry.
Yeah. 100%.
Tough words that you need to hear on this Sunday, fine Sunday
We
morning.
all make excuses. Like we all do it. I do it, you do it, everybody does it. But if you were generally so unhappy in a certain situation, whether that's your fucking marriage, whether that's your job, the country you live in, no matter your circumstances, if you wanted to, you can't change it.
Anyway, what was the initial question?
I don't know. Changing your life? Oh yeah, the judgment of people. But yeah, when I was leaving that job, everybody told me I'll be back within 6 months. And I was like, fuck you. If I come back, I'll go to a meat factory across the road. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of you.
I will never come back. But people are always going to judge, right? Like no matter where you're out in the street, somebody's going to look at you, judge you for something that you do. Like it's just, as humans, it is who we are. We judge and we compare. And that's okay. People can judge, but it's very much down to you how you take it as well. How you internalize it.
Yeah. And that's what we are afraid of. Like it's that anxiety of like, oh, what, you don't know what other people are thinking. Yeah. And this is the worst part. We create that in our own head. So we always think of like
the worst case scenario.
If, you know, like what if they're saying this? What if they're saying that? What if they're judging me? What if they're talking behind my back? What if they're not? Like,
and what
if actually nobody cares what you're doing because they're too involved in their own lives?
Yeah.
Like we create that anxiety in our own lives, and that comes to like any opportunities. People, like clients starting the gym, they make up these scenarios that I don't know, the world's gonna end. I'm like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna walk in, you're not gonna like it, you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like it's
but I'm the worst for making up stories in my head, right? Not as bad as I used to be, but
Lulu forever.
I used to be really bad. I used to think of the worst case scenario for every situation, not the best. And I seen a guy that we both know post a story the other day, and it was like, what if? Oh, what was it now? It was something like, what if you stop overthinking the bad and start overthinking the good, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like, why are we always swayed to overthink the worst?
Because we want to justify like our actions in terms of not doing something, or like justifying our fear of doing something as well, right? Because you're like, well, if like say I don't know, you want to buy a house, right? And you're thinking like, oh, there's only a small fraction in your head that's like, oh, that's exciting, I'm gonna have my own house. The other's like, financial, can I do this? Like, is this gonna happen? What if it falls through? What if I don't like the house? What if it's not the right decision? Like, there's only that very small percentage of you that sees it as a good idea, whereas your brain is being pushed to all the things that could go wrong. And that's where we need to flip the switch, because if it's in here, it's meant for you.
Yeah, exactly. We manifest, right? We manifest what we think, and our thoughts are very, very strong in that sense. So if you're constantly thinking in a negative way and thinking, oh, well, what's so-and-so thinking, what's so-and-so saying about me, it's just like, you're always going to be attracting that, right?
But this is the thing, and like, you will only be worried about people that don't actually bring value to your life. Why are you entertaining them? Why are you doing shit for people that don't want to see you happy, that don't want to see you succeed? Because that's all it is. Because you're true friends. I could come to you with a fucking, like, I'm going to open a flower shop. I don't even know fucking flowers. Do you know what I mean? You'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of people you need around you. Like, whereas I could be wondering, what if everybody else thinks it's a bad idea? What if they're judging me for it? What if they know I don't know anything about flowers? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are you hyperfixating on those people that aren't actually going to support you, that aren't going to come to your shop, that's not going to buy you flowers, that's not going to share your post? Like, fuck those people. You're not doing it for them.
No, it's really important to remember that, though, isn't it? Like, you do it for you. It's your life at the end of the day, right? And do whatever makes you happy, because you're going to get to your deathbed and you can be like, oh, I wish I'd done that, but I didn't, because some cunt across the road was probably, or might not even, would have thought that this was a bad idea. Nobody cares.
100%. And if you're worried about what your friends are going to say to you, you need to reevaluate your life, because that's not your friends.
You need to reevaluate your friends.
Yeah, why would you be scared of what your friends are going to think of you? Because like, your true friends will probably tell you like, this is a good idea for this is a bad idea for this. You know what I mean? They'll be transparent with it, but they should still be supporting you.
Yeah, prime example. Dom has an event in Dubai.
I literally turn around and goes, you're a silly cunt.
Yeah, literally has an event in Dubai, decided on the 5th of April, which is Easter Sunday. everybody's going to be either out getting pissed, out with the families, having a Sunday roast. She literally turns around, she's like, you're a stupid cunt. So what a bad idea. And I was like, okay, we change it to the 19th of April. No worries. Like, that's all it was. And I was like, you're right. You know, like, I knew she was right from that aspect, and I didn't have my backup about it. But yeah, like, that's what sort of friends you need.
Yeah, 100%.
And not someone that's thinking,
I don't want to listen when nobody shows up. She's like, no, but Easter Sunday everybody's off. I'm like, yeah, with their fucking kids, mate.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have kids and be out and about.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I'm basically gonna be an employee at her event, and I'm not getting fucking paid. You know what I mean? Like, this is what your friends will do for you, and like, you shouldn't be afraid to tell that. And yes, your friends are entitled to their opinions. It's like you going on the show.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's ridiculous, but I still support it because
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's stupid. That's ridiculous. Why would you want to do such things?
But that's what I'm like. But I love the fact that I have a TV star on my sofa. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, could never be me, but like, you do you. But I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's fucking stupid. Ridiculous. I've never heard you say ridiculous. That's actually made me laugh. That's my favourite word of yours now. Ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous.
What's your opinion on Dom being on TV? Fucking ridiculous, but let's go watch it.
But she watched it. Do you know what I mean? She supported me.
Exactly. She fucked off to Bali, left me on my own. I had to stay up till like 1 a.m. every night, every Monday, wasn't
she
it?
Was invested.
Oh, I was hooked.
Yeah, you see. What drama is she going to cause now?
I was like, I'm just going to unfollow her so nobody knows we're friends.
Hey, I was being true to myself.
Shut up. I was sharing all the fucking dramas.
Huh?
I was sharing all your dramatic posts.
All about
funny.
the drama llama.
It is, yeah. And everyone's asking me, so how did Dom get on at the show? I'm like, she just went in and started shit.
I didn't.
She did. But I got your back, as I always said, but she was made to do that.
Yeah, I was. Like, that was the aim.
It's not her fault she's a bitch.
It's not my fault I got thrown in as a bombshell. And what do bombshells do? They blow shit up. So I blew it up. But again, like, from that aspect, right, I went on that show and people had their opinions of me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, when the first comments started, I was like, holy fuck. I actually forgot this happened completely, but this is a great example. People started giving me shit, right? And I was like, oh my God, what are people going to think? And I remember before I aired coming on, so obviously it was like the second or third episode in, I was sat there thinking, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to look like. I don't know how they've made me look, and I don't know what people are going to think of me. And then I was like, well, they can think what they want to think, because people that are closest to me know who I am.
Do you remember the girl that messaged you on Instagram?
Yeah, I do. What did she say?
I don't know, but it was something like, you're coming on and promoting women empowerment.
Oh, yeah. She was saying that basically I'm a scam. She was like, you're coming on saying you're a girl's girl, this and that, but look at the way that you acted on in there. I'm like, with all due respect, it's a TV show. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, the way you responded, you came across very professional, but you put your point across, and she came back and apologized, didn't she?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
And she followed me.
Like, yeah. Cash coming in now. Yeah, 100%. But this is what I mean. People judge people based off different things, right? So even with influencers, like, say if somebody has like eyes on their socials or whatever, and they have a big following, people are following them because they like them, and they could make one mistake. They could like talk about a topic that is controversial, and boom, people are instantly hating on that person, like based off that one impression. But you follow them for 3 years and you like them. Do you know what I mean? People just love, like, just again, social media. Like, social media is such a weird fucking place, because you either have your hype queens or you have like your fake profiles.
It's a cult.
It is a cult. We are all cults.
We're all culting. Cults. But you do, like, you know, influencers there to influence you, and I don't believe that every influencer is a good influencer because they don't influence the right things.
100%, yeah. But from that side of things, like, let's say I'm scrolling on social media and I see something stupid as a post. I'm, one, not interested. I'm not going to finish watching it. Two, I'm going to scroll on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go in their comment section telling them to go hang themselves. Like.
Honestly, remember that time I posted a reel and it went viral, the one of Gym Girls 2025 or 2024. It was me basically taking the piss out of girls in the gym in Dubai and Marbella mainly, because that's where I've seen it the most, with their ass hanging out, doing RDLs in front of a guy's face. It was a funny reel, right? I thought it was pretty hilarious. Anyway,
People didn't think funny.
No, it was men. Go read the Bible. Where's your dad?
My dad's in my likes.
My dad actually liked it. My dad approved of the post, actually. And it was all this bullshit. And I'm like, who's got time to sit there and do that? You must have a really boring life.
But this is it. Like, that's what frustrates me, is like people just comment and hate. Like, what do you actually gain from this? What do you gain from it? Like, this is not going to make you a better person. It's not going to make you look smarter.
Oh my God, can you remember? Guys, we have haters on Undercovers.
I'm not surprised on this podcast, to be honest.
We have haters. We posted a podcast. It was about the GLP-1s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And this woman took my video and posted it on her page, which, by the way, is copyright. I did not permission you to use my face. And then she started going in how, I can't remember what she was saying.
It was basically, when we talk about haters, are always going to get triggered.
Yeah.
Dom explained that GLP-1s are basically like, yes, they're good for inflammation, but you shouldn't be taking it just for weight loss. This girl that had posted it has a whole social media page around GLP-1s because she took them and that's how she lost weight.
50 kilos she's lost.
She has a discount code, I'm pretty sure, so she's promoting it.
She was heavily obese.
Yeah, even at that. Okay, whatever. Not my monkey, not my fucking circus. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, but she started giving us hate. And it's like, well, listen to the full podcast to hear what I'm talking about. We're obviously using clickbait for reels. Like,
but that not even the point. You can get your opinion across and leave it at that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, why does she feel the need to go out of her way? And it's just like, with stuff like that, it aggravates me because I'm like, just because it worked for you and maybe you didn't rebound, I would love to like see what her bloods are like. I would love to see where her health is at because I'm telling you, give it a couple of years and you're still on that stuff for weight loss because you can't not stop eating to fucking keep it off. Like,
you can't tape your mouth shut.
Yeah, literally, you can't fucking close it. And then you're going against people that aren't injecting themselves and doing it the healthy way.
Her point was that it saved her life, effectively.
Which is fair enough, right? Because she was obese.
She was obese, 100%.
We did say in the podcast, though, like, if you are at a really, really unhealthy weight where you need it off instantly or like as soon as possible, go and do it.
But now she was saying she's 80 kilos and I was like, an 80 kilo person does not need to be taking that shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, a lot of people just take it then for maintenance, right? But like, you should use your brain as a grown person to understand that, like, the fact you need injections to be able to maintain your fat loss shows there's something psychological underlying there.
Yeah, in your brain. Yeah, exactly. That you cannot say to food, no to food.
Exactly. Why does your mouth not close? You know,
like, if you have food noise, okay, fair enough, work on it.
And like with stuff like that, the reason that it really frustrates me, like you said, if you have food noise or whatever, if she has kids, her kids, especially if they're girls, are gonna are gonna grow up with the most fucked up perception of food and like their body image, their weight, all because their ma chose that route. Do you know what I mean? 100%. Like, people don't think of the bigger picture. You're being so selfish by promoting that.
Anyway, rant over on that girl. She was a hater as well, and she felt triggered by it. And I hope she listens to this podcast. Yes, I'm talking about you, girl.
She's not going to be listening to nothing.
No,
she thinks we're bimbos.
Anyway, bimbos, yeah. You know what? We are bimbos.
3 a.m. thought.
You go first.
Okay. I know you mentioned about the show and like when it aired, you were worried. Were you worried about the opinions of people that you told around you before you went on?
No.
Why?
I wasn't worried about... It's weird, actually, because for the show, I wasn't bothered about the people close to me because I know that those close to me know exactly who I am and know how I act. So however I got portrayed on the show, I knew that the people around me would know that
that's not her.
That's not me. That's not who I am. I was more bothered about the people that didn't know me because, which is a bit backwards because you don't normally care what other people think, but I was like, I don't want it to affect business. I don't want it to affect my reputation in that way, which is fine because I wasn't that much of a dick. I just stood up for my own. Like, I knew what I was in there for and that's that. But yeah, I was more so worried about the external people. Yeah, but
I get that from the business side of things and stuff like that, because obviously, like, if you did come off a wrong way, it can impact your business, especially working with women and stuff like that. So I do get that.
Yeah, so I think it was more so that than anything. My 3 a.m. thought for you, what was the topic again? My brain's terrible today.
How to stop caring what people think.
Okay. Was there ever a moment, business aside, obviously when you came and spoke on your stories and whatnot, that aside, where you was worried about what other people thought about the decisions that you're making? Like moving to Dubai, for example, or, I don't know...
Yes.
Not going to uni. Like,
oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because I was gonna go to please others.
Yeah.
Like I never wanted to go from day dot. I remember I was like 13 and I said I'm never going to uni. It was never in me. I don't like, even with going to uni, I got my own apartment so I don't stay in halls, so I don't be around people. Do you know what? I would have been a fucking loner.
Yeah.
And I was moving out of the country as well. I didn't fucking know anybody. But I was doing it more so probably to please my parents.
Yeah.
And also because that's what everybody else was doing and I didn't know what I was doing with my life. So that 100%, like, it took me, and I probably would have ended up going, I don't know if, like, it literally took my uncle's girlfriend, we were all on holiday in Lithuania about 6 weeks before I was meant to move, if not even closer. I had everything sorted, had my apartment, everything.
What was you going to do?
Health and fitness management.
Okay.
Or exercising, something along them lines. Don't really know. Didn't really care, to be honest. But... yeah, my uncle's girlfriend was like, so are you ready? Like, are you excited to go to uni? And I, like, you know me, I don't cry.
Yeah.
Burst out crying in front of the whole family. Like, everyone was sitting there. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go. And I remember my dad, God love him, but like, I was so scared of what he was gonna say, and he just seen it in me. He's like, yeah, it's not happening, is it? My mum went fucking nuts. She's like, what are you gonna do with your life? But yeah, like that, but that was just like the pressure of my parents.
Yeah. You see, I've never had that from my parents, so I don't really know what that feels like.
My parents were wild strict when I was younger. No. But then this is the thing, like, it's just, I get it from them because, like, my parents moved, obviously, and they worked shit jobs to provide, and that they didn't want that. So in Lithuania, it's like, if you don't go to uni, you're going to be a nobody kind of thing. Like, you're going to be stuck with that lifestyle. So I get it from their perspective now. But one thing, like, I literally said from when I was a teenager, if I ever have kids, I will never make my kids feel that type of way. Because, like, I hated school, and I done really well in school because I was scared of my fucking dad's reaction more so than anything else. It's like looking for your parents' approval. But then a couple of years later, my dad came back to me and he was like, I'm so glad you didn't go. I knew you didn't want to go. And he's like, I was like gutted that you were gonna leave. And I'm like, it was only because of you fucking prick, that I was gonna go.
It's true though, but I think the reason why I've never had this issue is because I've known from the age of 13 what I wanted to do. And I knew that from what I wanted to do, I needed to go to uni. Because before my sister was born, I was going to be a dancer, professional dancer. That's exactly what I was doing. I was not going down the medical route. But do I regret going to uni? Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, yeah, but actually now, no, because it still aligns with my business.
But that's it, right? And that's all it comes down to. Like, if I was interested in getting into something else, I probably would have been excited because I knew that was the next chapter. But when I say I generally didn't know what I wanted to do, I was book smart, and I am book smart. Like, maths was my favorite fucking topic in school. Maths. Do you know what I mean? My favorite. And nobody understood. And everyone was like, go into accountancy, go into fucking law, go into this. I'm like, I am not wired to be a fucking 9 to 5 person.
I'm not sitting 9 to 5 counting numbers like.
Exactly.
What am I, fucking calculator?
But this is the thing, because everyone was like, oh, you're so good at that. But I was always creative. I love sports. I love arts. Like, I was always on the outside from that side of things, and I was good at stuff that wasn't school good. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's hard because they do make you decide very early on in school what to do. 13 years old, what do you want to be when you're older? I don't fucking know.
A pilot for kangaroos.
Like, I don't know. Like, it is very hard, and I think there's so much pressure on people to decide so early, and then people go into the wrong jobs, and then they're older and they go into something else, and that's also completely fine. I've got another question just on the uni topic. If you could go back to uni now, which you can obviously, or go down a different avenue to go learn something new, is there something that you'd be interested in?
Psychology.
Me too.
If I wasn't a PT, I would be a therapist.
Yeah, I would go into psychology.
But that's only like over the last couple of years that I've actually found an interest in that.
Yeah, we're both into that, aren't we? Like the psychology side of things and how human brain works.
That's the thing.
But I did psychology.
In school? But
no, in A level. I did psychology for A level, and I fucking hated it. And I hated it because I had to do it. It wasn't out of choice.
It wasn't an interest, right?
Yeah.
But that's what it comes down to, because back in school, I don't even know if we had psychology. We had like sociology or something. But in school, like I wouldn't even have thought that way, right?
No.
But then, like, as I was growing up, and it's like the shit that we probably went through as well. Like, that's what made me sort of like start to understand, like, what's happening, why is this happening, and that's where psychology came from. So yeah, no, psychology, I'm very, very interested in that.
I did psychology and sociology. I did them both at A level to get into uni.
Yeah, I remember in sociology everybody had to birth babies.
I know, we didn't do that. I remember in psychology, Maslow's dogs and all this sort of stuff, and now things like come up like in books and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I learned about this. Anyway,
Smart.
Anyhow, this was a bit of a mixture of a podcast.
We're going to be having a career path change at 30.
Oh my
get
god,
into psychology.
Let's be joint therapists. Who would want to come for a therapy session?
Probably nobody. Absolutely no. If you want to come out more fucked up, come to us.
So we don't do anything apart. Well, all the ideas.
Anywho, guys, thank you for listening. Don't know if this was helpful or not, but basically, fuck what others think. This is your life. Nobody else's. You do you. You'll attract the right people by doing that. And the people that don't support you will never pay your bills. So who gives a shit?
Toodle pip.
I don't know who a toodle pig is, but
Pip.